absolutely fantastic. We're bringing you guys an unexpected video. We have a brand new package from Ringside Collectibles. I'm curious to see what's inside this box. I actually already know what's inside this box, and I'm assuming you guys too, so I don't even know why I said that. But we have two of the most controversial Ultimate Edition figures in this box right here, right now. This is the Undertaker and the Kane. There's been so many good things said about these figures and so many bad things said about these figures. I'm just excited to see an Undertaker and a Kane in the Ultimate Edition lineup. So, if you think that these figures are interesting, I would definitely recommend picking them up today at Ringside Collectibles. Ringside Collectibles is the ultimate place to get all of your wrestling action figures. They have a plethora of action figures on their site, and they constantly have sales going up. So I would definitely check out all of their sales and see what they got on their website. You can use discount code Tanner, TANNER, all caps, to save 10% at checkout. I definitely recommend Ringside Collectibles over places like Walmart and Target, all those other places, because sometimes with Target and Walmart, they don't get the brand new figures until 2 or 3 months after Ringside Collectibles gets them. So yes, you're going to be paying for shipping and all that, but it's also worth it, and you can also save money with my discount code. So I definitely recommend picking these figures up today at Ringside Collectibles. We have the brand new Ultimate Edition Classic Kane right there. Kane does come with the WWE Championship and a good amount of accessories coming out of this figure right here. And then we have the controversial figure, which I'm curious to see, and I'm sure some of you are curious to hear my opinion on this figure. We have the Undertaker. These figures are freaking heavy, like just based off of the weight and the feel. Either these figures are just gigantic, or I don't even know. But anyways, let's look at this Undertaker coming up right here. We have the brand new Undertaker. I don't know if these boxes are bigger just because they're bigger figures or not. And then we have the side. Basically everything that we've seen before on the Ultimate Edition figures. But let's get a closer look at the Undertaker. I'm just going to unbox it on camera. Some of these Ultimate Edition figures have some of the most complex packaging. It is so odd how these things are packaged. I mean, I do enjoy it. I think the packaging looks nice, but I think there could have been an easier way that Mattel did this, because, like, I have no idea where the tape is. There's like 50 strands of tape. I think that's insane. But I guess that's what makes it ultimate, I guess. But let's open this up. Alright, so we got the box open. On the top it says rest in peace. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it says rest in peace on there. We have the Undertaker coat right here, and it does have cloth on the back. That looks absolutely dope. This is probably one of the coolest Undertakers we've ever gotten. And this is one of the coolest accessories. Like, yes, it's rubber, but it's like this unique, odd feeling rubber. I don't know, and there's like a cloth cape in the back, and very cool. We have the first Undertaker head. This one's a little odd. I mean, it looks like Undertaker, but he's kind of looking over to the right side, like up here, so I don't know what that's about. We got the one that I think is the coolest, and one that I think we have seen before, just not in elite form. We have the tongue sticking out with his eyes rolled back. Super sick. We do get a couple of different accessories for the hands. We get the Undertaker's thumb hand, which is when he's doing this. He's setting up for that tombstone pile driver. And we also have the hand that he does, where he does this. You have the open hand on the side. And then we have 2 choke slam hands, which is always necessary to have for your Undertakers. Alright, throwing the package to the side and taking a closer look at this Undertaker. We're going to get a more up-close look. I'm just looking at from my view right now, just so I know what to say when you guys are looking at it. But I think this figure looks very, very nice. So let's get a nice up-close look of the Undertaker right after we do the Kane. So if you want to see the detailed review part of this video, stay tuned, because we're going to take a look at the Kane first. We're going to get the figures out at the same time so we can review them together. I'm just going to tear the box open. No time wasted. Right, we have 2 different head sculpts. We have his little voice box thing, I guess, that he pressed on his throat to speak. We got the WWE Championship. We got 2 open hands to set up for his choke slam. We got his coat. This is sick. We got a nice cloth coat with this leather shiny looking material. And getting the Kane out of the packaging. So I think this is back when Kane and the Undertaker wore different types of boots. They weren't like lace-up boots, apparently, from this figure. I don't know if this is a mess up or what, but just judging from first glance, there are a few little mess ups, but overall this is a fantastic looking Kane, and we're gonna take a closer look at it right now in the detailed portion of this video review. So taking a closer look at this Ultimate Edition Kane, this thing is probably hands down the coolest looking Ultimate Edition yet. Yes, we unboxed him second, but I thought that it would be cool to start with Kane. He is the younger brother. But look at just the body mold. The body mold looks buff, it looks like Kane, it looks exactly like what Kane looked like when he debuted. We have the open sleeve with the wrist gauntlet. We have the hand, this is Mike holding hand. I assume this is so he can hold, where is the accessory? Here it is over here. I assume it's so he could hold this, which I don't know how many people are gonna display him with this piece. I don't know how well that's gonna fit in there. You just have to wedge it in there. There we go. Wedge it in there like that, and you can press it up against his throat so he can speak. This is another thing I was gonna kind of, I don't wanna complain about anything about this figure, but that is something a lot of people are gonna complain about, and I'm just pointing it out. I'm not one to complain, but that is just a little ridiculous, because realistically, if you want Kane to have like a pose and you're putting them on your shelf, you're just gonna see an elbow. So it's like what it is, sleeve rip or something. So I mean, you're just gonna kind of have to keep it closed like that if that's gonna bug you. But looking at the back, all the nice detail, we get that belt. It is a separate piece. You can remove it if you want. Again, we have that diaphragm joint, looking very nice. And this is the brand new head sculpt, which looks just like Kane. I like how the hair comes forward. It's just a different look and something we really haven't seen for Kane before. We have these Brock Lesnar looking arms and the closed mic hand. That's a brand new hand. I don't believe we've ever gotten that before. We have the nice detail coming throughout. And then we have kind of like that flame lightning bolt kind of look. And then we have these brand new boots, which aren't laced. They're more of just slip-on boots. I don't really know how that works. Maybe a zipper boot, but we do have that toe articulation. But very nice. We do get that double jointed elbows and everything like that. And we do get a bunch of accessories. So we could either have the hair forward or the hair slicked back. So let's try that. Let's pull the head off and put the hair slicked back. Let's see if I can get that popped on there. Don't want to break it, but there's the hair slicked back, which also looks cool. I don't prefer the hair slicked back. I like the hair slicked. I like the hair forward. I think it looks more demonic and just more like Kane. But we can see his goatee under there. Just all those details are great. It would have been nice to get a removable head, but I think that's something they'll do for the future where Kane unmasks himself. He does come with a coat, and it does have Velcro right here, so you can flip it around. You probably want to remove the head before doing this. I'm not going to, because I like the way this looks. We do have that coat. I'm not sure exactly when he wore this. I don't think it was his debut, was it? I could be wrong. I don't ever really recall Kane wearing a cape. I'm probably wrong because I'm not the most, I'm not a gigantic Kane fan. I've always loved Kane, and I've low-key preferred him over the Undertaker before, just because he wears a mask. Definitely as a kid, I preferred him over the Undertaker just because of the mask. But we do get these, let's get him standing. We do get these open hands for choke slamming. Very cool. And then we do get that Big Eagle WWE Championship. It looks very nice. So there we have that. And then we have Kane's older brother, the Undertaker, looking fantastic. And one of the first things I want to point out about this figure is that the upper torso is rubber. So it's plastic underneath, but there's a separate piece underneath that I believe is glued on, and it is a soft kind of rubbery material. But it looks really cool. We got that diaphragm joint coming throughout. It just gives it more of like a realistic feel. And I know a lot of people like that kind of stuff when Mattel does it. We have all that detail. We have the gold, the design coming throughout. We have the black X's coming throughout, which are sculpted on. Looking very cool. We got the same boots that we saw with the Kane. Other designs. We got the, it just looks like the X designs coming up to his waist. And then we get the black elbow pads. And something awesome about this figure, and something that a lot of people are gonna take advantage of is the lower body. The lower body, I have a feeling people are going to kind of transform this into a current Undertaker or Undertaker in his prime. I like this version of the Undertaker. I think it's one of his best times as the Undertaker, like OG Undertaker, and then he transitioned into like the singlet and all that stuff. But this is very epic, especially this head sculpt that looks just like Taker with the hair forward. So people were saying he looked like Michael Jackson. It's like, what the heck are you talking about? Maybe like the pre-images before it came out when we saw the actual figure. But I don't think this looks anything like Michael Jackson. I think it looks like Taker himself. So the fact that people are complaining about that is ridiculous. All right, popping the head off. And then let's take a look at this other head sculpt. This is more, I don't think this is gonna pop on. Let me do it off camera, apply more pressure. And then we have this more generic Undertaker head sculpt where he's just kind of glancing at you like, what the hell are you gonna do about it? There's the Undertaker head sculpt, taking that one off. And this is the one I think is the most Undertaker-esque, and I think is just hands down the best, is this head sculpt right here. I'm gonna get him in a quick little pose, so pause the video and I'll be right back with you. Okay, something I did not think about before displaying this figure in this pose and putting on the hands was the head sculpt. And this is something maybe some people are gonna find annoying, but when you put on the coat and the accessory, it is a little hard to get on, but it's not too difficult. I mean, it's pretty easy to figure out. But if you wanna get that pose where he's setting up for the tombstone pile driver, or he's just prepping up for it, you cannot have this coat on while doing it, because of course he has the tongue hanging out with the eyes rolling back, right? That's what he does when he's doing that. But you can't have it with the coat on because the hair is gonna have a tough time. This head sculpt is gonna be kind of tough keeping on while putting this on. And this head sculpt just works better with this because the hair is coming forward. So I kind of understand why they did that, but it kind of sucks for the sake of having this pose with this on. So I guess for this pose, you can take the arms off. And let's just take the coat off for the sake of the pose. I think all of you want to see this iconic pose. Popping the head sculpt on, and then getting the arms popped back on. So let's see if this works. And I think you can take this off if you want to. Can you? I don't think so. No, I don't think so at all. No. Maybe? No, I don't think so. Comment down below. I don't think you can, but I don't want to test it because I don't want to break it. Popping that back on. And then we have that classic Undertaker pose where he's setting up for the tombstone. So really cool Undertaker. Both of these figures are fantastic. The Undertaker, I did show the accessories earlier, but these are the new Mike Holding hands. I believe they're called Mike Holding. I think that's what everybody's going to call them, but the hand is completely closed, so I think that's cool. But you can't pick things up with it now, so I don't know how that's gonna work. Maybe it's just a brand new accessory. Anyways, these are the Ultimate Edition of figures. I recommend both of these. These are hands down two of my favorite Ultimate Edition figures. They definitely remind me of Jakks to a certain extent. Even though I didn't like Jakks figures, there's certain parts of Jakks figures, like the head sculpts, that were fantastic. And I think both of these figures incorporate so many great accessories and details placed onto this figure, onto each of these figures, and these are highly recommended in my opinion, and I definitely recommend picking them up at Ringside Collectibles today. If you're a huge Undertaker fan, huge Kane fan, pick both of these up, hands down. You gotta get them both. You can't get one or the other. Just save up some extra money, you get both of them. You gotta get them together. They're perfect together. But yes, guys, I definitely recommend. Comment down below your favorite part of this video and some video ideas you would like to see for the future on this YouTube channel. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. WWE Fan Talk Show out.